Are electric cars worth it? In recent times, electric cars have become increasingly popular as an economical and environmentally friendly substitute for conventional gasoline-powered automobiles. Many consumers are thinking about switching to electric vehicles as the technology advances and more reasonably priced models become available. But choosing to buy an EV requires considering a number of factors. In this video, we will explore the key benefits and disadvantages associated with owning an electric vehicle. Number 6. Lower fuel costs. The substantial savings on fuel is one of the biggest financial benefits of owning an electric car. Filling up a car with gas is usually far more expensive than charging an electric vehicle. In the United States, the average cost of electricity is approximately $0.13 per kilowatt hour. In the event that an electric vehicle needs 30 kilowatt hours to cover 100 miles, driving that distance would cost roughly $4. On the other hand, when gas prices are around $3 per gallon, a gasoline-powered car that gets 25 miles per gallon would cost roughly $12 to travel the same distance. Over time, this difference in fuel prices can result in significant savings, particularly for drivers who travel frequently or have long commutes. Furthermore, compared to gasoline prices, which can vary significantly due to seasonal demand, natural disasters, and geopolitical unrest, electricity prices typically remain more stable. Because of this stability, EV owners are better able to forecast their fuel cost, which simplifies the process of creating a transportation budget. Moreover, a lot of EV owners can further maximize their savings by charging their cars overnight when electricity is less expensive by taking advantage of off-peak electricity rates. Number 5. Lower maintenance costs. Compared to conventional internal combustion engine vehicles, electric vehicles are built with a comparatively small number of moving parts, which eventually results in lower maintenance costs. An internal combustion engine, for instance, has many parts that need to be replaced and maintained on a regular basis. These parts include exhaust systems, fuel injectors, and oil filters. On the other hand, because they don't use conventional motor oil, electric cars have simpler drivetrains and don't need to have their oil changed. Over the course of the vehicle's life, owners can save hundreds of dollars just by foregoing oil changes. Regenerative braking systems are another feature of electric cars that use the energy generated during braking to recharge the battery. This technology prolongs the lifespan of brake components and lowers maintenance costs by reducing wear in addition to improving efficiency. According to industry studies, EV owners should anticipate paying roughly 40% less for maintenance over the course of their vehicle than those who drive gas-powered vehicles. This lower maintenance cost not only result in financial savings but also in less time spent in the shop, making ownership more convenient. Number 4. Tax incentives. Numerous governments provide a range of financial incentives aimed at encouraging the adoption of electric vehicles, which can considerably lower the total cost of buying an EV. For example, the federal government of the United States offers a tax credit of up to $7,500 for electric vehicles that meet certain requirements. With this credit, buyers may receive a sizable financial incentive that effectively lowers the purchase price of an EV and increases its competitiveness with conventional cars. Furthermore, a lot of state and local governments provide their own incentives, which can be in the form of refunds, tax credits, lowered registration costs, or exemptions from a number of levies and fees. As illustration, certain states offer cash incentives that can total several $1,000s, while other states might provide benefits like free charging at public stations or access to carpool lanes. Potential purchasers should investigate the particular incentives offered in their area, as they can differ greatly and may alter over time. Customers can make electric vehicles more affordable by taking advantage of these incentives, which will facilitate the switch to more environmentally friendly modes of transportation. Number 3. Environmental benefits. The environmental benefits of electric vehicles are among the strongest arguments in favor of buying one. When driving, an electric car emits no tailpipe emissions, which means it doesn't release any harmful pollutants like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, or particulate matter. This is especially helpful in cities, where vehicle emissions are a major cause of smog and respiratory problems, and where air quality can be a serious concern. Electric vehicles contribute to public health and better air quality by lowering these emissions. Moreover, the overall carbon footprint of electric vehicles keeps declining as the grid's power is increasingly supplied by renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Research has indicated that EVs generally have a lower overall environmental impact than conventional gasoline vehicles, even after taking into account emissions from the production of electricity. Driving an electric car is a significant way for consumers who care about the environment to take action against climate change. It is in line with their values and commitment to sustainability. Number 2. Instant acceleration and quiet ride. One of the most notable performance attributes of electric vehicles is their instantaneous acceleration. Electric motors produce torque instantly, in contrast to conventional gasoline engines, which need time to build up power. This implies that EVs provide an exciting driving experience since they can accelerate quickly from a stop. Many electric cars are competitive with high-performance sports cars because they can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a matter of seconds. This responsiveness is especially useful when driving in urban areas, where rapid acceleration can make it easier to merge onto highways or maneuver through traffic. Furthermore, compared to gasoline-powered vehicles, electric vehicles run far more silently, greatly lowering noise pollution. This silent operation can make driving more enjoyable overall and contribute to a more tranquil driving experience. Performance and comfort are two factors that make electric vehicles a desirable option for individuals who value these aspects. Number 1. Disadvantages of electric vehicles. The higher upfront cost of electric vehicles relative to conventional gasoline vehicles is one of the main obstacles to their adoption, even though they offer many long-term savings. Electric cars can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 more than comparable vehicles with internal combustion engines on average. The pricey battery technology that powers electric vehicles is primarily to blame for this price difference. Even though battery costs have been declining over time, many customers may still find the initial outlay to be a substantial barrier. For example, a comparable gasoline vehicle may cost $30,000, but a mid-range electric vehicle may cost $40,000. But it's crucial to take into account the entire cost of ownership for the duration of the car. Even though an EV may cost more upfront, over time the savings on fuel and maintenance may balance this out, possibly making EVs more cost-effective overall. Prospective purchasers should also look into any tax credits and incentives that may be available, as these can lower the effective purchase price. Determining whether the initial investment in an electric vehicle is worthwhile requires a thorough understanding of the long-term financial implications. For some drivers, charging an electric vehicle is a major inconvenience because it takes a lot longer than refueling a gasoline-powered vehicle. A typical home charger can take several hours to fully charge an EV battery, sometimes overnight. Instead, many EV owners choose fast charging stations, which can recharge an EV battery to about 80% capacity in about half an hour. The time needed to recharge an EV is still much greater than the few minutes needed to fill up with gas, even with fast charging. It can be especially difficult for drivers to adjust to this difference when they have hectic schedules or are traveling long distances. Travel plans may be hampered, for example, if a driver on a road trip has to wait for their car to charge at a charging station. Furthermore, depending on one's location, charging station availability can differ significantly. While rural areas might only have limited access to charging infrastructure, urban areas typically have more of it. This might not be a big deal for people who can charge their cars overnight at home, but drivers who depend on public charging stations should carefully weigh the time and convenience aspects. Planning ahead and being aware of your charging options can help allay these worries. In conclusion, a lot of consumers find electric cars to be a compelling option. Potential purchasers must, however, also consider the drawbacks, which include increased initial expenses, a shorter driving range, longer charging times, and the infrastructure's current state of disrepair. Individual needs, driving preferences, and regional conditions should all be taken into consideration when deciding whether to buy an electric car. Through a comprehensive assessment of these variables, buyers can decide if an electric vehicle is the best option for them, matching their needs for mobility with their budgetary and ecological objectives. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.